good hello back to everybody back home in Eastern Kentucky. It's Tommy Chamberlain from the University of Pikeville, and our UPIKE archaeology excavation team has made it to Israel. We start on Monday at Shiloh, but we want to do a little sightseeing first. So Laura's here with me, and we're excited to see the old city of Jerusalem today and do some touring around the Temple Mount. Now, we've drafted our friend archaeologist Gary Byers to tell you good folks just a minute about what you're looking at behind us. So Gary, if you don't mind.
Well, we are inside the old city now, and this is the Temple Mount complex. Up on top is where there was a platform, and the temple sat up above that. And that temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. The compound still stood. This is the western wall, and just down that way, about 150 yards, is where the Jews, and we just did a little bit ago, went up to the western wall at time to pray. It's often called the Wailing Wall because at times Jews would go there and wail, bemoan the loss of their temple, but it's really the western wall of the Temple Mount compound where many people go and say their prayers for things that are on their hearts from all over the world. And then just below this wall is a pavement that was full of buildings and a wonderful walking place for people. And today you can see the stones that were thrown off the wall in 70 AD by the Roman soldiers landing on that pavement, and the archaeologists left it to remind us today of that terrible event. And I would just say, to remind you back home, remind us that when we're not being the people God's called us to be, stuff happens. And that's a reminder, an example of how it worked for the Jewish people here in Israel in 70 AD. Really glad to have you with us, and we're looking forward to our time with Tommy and team, because this will be a great time as we dig at Shiloh.
Hope you've enjoyed a few minutes from Jerusalem with us. What we want you to know is come back every day, and Lord willing, we'll have a video update from Shiloh or a different site every day to share with the good people back in Eastern Kentucky.